We have snow here in eastern Idaho. There's no doubt about it. Winter camping is upon us. If you've ever wanted to winter camp but weren't sure where to start, stick around. I think I can help. Hey travelers, welcome to another video. My name is Jeremy, the Wayward Traveler. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about outdoor adventure and awesome gear, then start right now by subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss a thing. So I have a confession to make. I started backpacking when I was 13 years old. And since that time, and all those years of backpacking, camping, and outdoor adventure, I've never been winter backpacking or winter camping. I've always wanted to, I've always had that desire to, and every single time the opportunity came up, I came up with some excuse not to do it. That ends today. If 2020 has taught me anything, it's that you can't take anything for granted. Learn a new skill, go on an adventure. So with that being said, I'm going to tackle learning to winter backpack in the same systematic approach that I took to ultralight backpacking. So the first thing that I'm going to do is look at my sleep system. A lot of people kind of break a sleep system into shelter and sleep system. To me, they're very much intertwined. You can't have a comfortable sleep system without a bomb-proof shelter. So I roll I roll shelter and sleep system together. So looking at the gear that I have exactly one tent that is a 3-4 season tent that I would feel comfortable starting winter backpacking. And that is this 20-year-old behemoth. It is a Sierra Designs Omega CD. This is one of my first backpacking tents that I purchased. I've been on several adventures early on with this. It's been a great tent for me, but I've never actually tested it out in the snow. And we're going to do that tonight. Second thing is having a sleeping pad with an R value that's appropriate for the temperatures in which you're going to be sleeping. So looking at this Trekker sleeping pad here is an R value of 1.75. I don't think that this is going to meet the need for me in any way, so I'm going to chuck that to the side. I have this, this is probably 20 years old too. This is an old Mountain Hardwear Backcountry 60. Now this is kind of bomb-proof in the fact that, you know, it's got this waterproof cover. It's a closed cell pad, super comfortable, not lightweight by any stretch. This might be a contender. I'll at least have this in the tent with me. So what I'm going to try to use tonight. So my current sleep pad is this Expedition Equipment Sinmat Ultralight 7, and it's long and wide. It weighs 20.9 ounces, has an R value of 3.1. For me, it's super comfortable. It's not the lightest sleeping mat on the market, especially with some of the new ones out there. Maybe looking at replacing this relatively soon, but this is what I would like to try to sleep on tonight. Obviously, an R value of 3.1 isn't going to do it. So I'm going to try to pair it with this old guy. This is a Thermarest Ridge Rest. Has an R value of 2.1. So combined, it gives me an R value of 5.2. That still might be a little low, which is why I'm going to have this in the tent with me. Sleeping bag wise, my standard sleeping bag is this Marmot Helium, 850 power filled down. It's a regular. I believe it has a temperature rating. Let's see if it says it on here. I believe this is a 15-degree bag. I will have to double check that, which is going to be right at where we're going to be at tonight. So I'm really going to be testing the limitations of this bag. Now I'll also likely have skin out wise a medium or heavyweight bottom, a medium and heavyweight wool top, and obviously wool socks, a buff or a balaclava, and possibly even a hat. So we'll see what we pair that with. We're certainly going to be testing its limits tonight, which is also why I'm going to be pairing it with this lightweight bivy sack. So the next step, where am I going to do this? I want to control as many variables as I can. So for that reason, I'm going to go right out to my backyard and choose a campsite. All right, it's time to choose our campsite for tonight. It's about 30 degrees right now. Got a decent wind coming from the west, which is pretty typical for this part of Idaho. So now, just like any time that you're picking camp, what I'm looking for is a relatively flat spot that I can set up with the back of the tent toward the wind, which is going to be that way. I think this area out here is going to be just fine for my needs for tonight. And as you can see, I'm steps away from my back porch in case anything goes sideways and I need to bail on the experiment. So that's a nice safety net to have, especially when you're developing new skills and getting comfortable with a brand new system. So, all right, the first thing that I need to do here is tamp down the snow. As you can see, here we got 3 or 4 inches of snow. I don't want to be sinking into the snow after I get my tent set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here, I'm going to find that flat-ish spot that I want, and now I'm going to tamp down an area for my tent. All right, well, we have our sleep system. We have thermarest on the bottom, followed by the inflatable pad, bivy sack, and then sleeping bag inside the bivy sack. Now, originally I wanted to do the bivy sack and then everything inside. This Equinox bivy just is not large enough to do that, so I'm going to try to make do with this and see what happens. But being in here out of the wind, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this will work out just fine. We will see. So this is the home for tonight. Let's take a look outside. Get my shoes back on. Here we are, home for the night. I'm feeling pretty good about this setup. Now remember, this is my first time sleeping out in the snow, so take that with a grain of salt. We'll see what the morning brings. We'll see you when I get inside. Well, here's home for the night. Here we are. I am nestled into the Sierra Designs Omega CD. I'm wearing a lightweight smart wool bottom and a lightweight smart wool top, and then this mid-weight 3/4 zip. I'm already a little warm, so I'll be taking off this shortly after or shortly before going to bed. Also wearing a smart wool cap and a fleece buff, both of which may also come off until I actually need them. So far, I'm feeling pretty comfortable. We are in the mid-20s, which was a little bit warmer than what I was expecting. So yeah, I think that I have high hopes for my first sleeping on snow experience. I'll let you know how it goes in the morning.